Namaste, Masters. Good morning. A warm welcome back again to the session. One more session from Makam Group. And good to see you all after a long time. My humble pranams and to my Master, Guru, guide everybody, Karnaji, with her guidance and teachings. I'm here to share something with you all. And for this lesson, thanks to Sunita ji again. She was the first one who introduced this book to us, and we listened from her these four agreements. And that is the book's name, which we are going to take for today's class. Yeah. I'm happy to share this knowledge with you all, whatever I have learned. It was a wonderful book read. I think Sunita ji took a class for us also in this four agreements, and she was the one who forwarded this book to me. So from today, 3 days in a stretch, maybe Thursday or Friday, one day with 4 days, we will do this book. So after Jonathan the Seagull, I'm happy to be back with you all again. Thank you for coming today, Masters. Thank you for the encouragement. Thank you for being with us. The four agreements, the book's name is, yeah. And it is by Don Miguel Reyes. I hope I'm pronouncing him correct. That's author's name. Yeah. So it has got similarities, plenty of similarities. I always find similarities with our Advaita Vedanta or Sanatana Dharma. So as we go through the book, we will see one by one. The first chapter of this book is named as Toltec. Yeah. In this, what he says is, thousands of years ago, this takes place in southern Mexico. Yeah, men and women of knowledge were known as, they were called this name as Toltec. Like how we call our men of knowledge as a rishi, as a sage, as a, like, how do we pronounce them as like that, as a saint, sant, like that we call them. This men and women of knowledge were named as Toltec. This was the name used by them. They were scientists and artists. They formed a society and to conserve the spiritual knowledge, okay, and the practices. The masters came together and they came to know about it. We are men. Man becomes God. Man has we are like that God in us, like that. Then they didn't want to reveal this to everybody. They kept it as a secret to a small group or a society. And then for thousands of years, then they later on a stage comes, like humanity needs this wisdom to spread this wisdom. They bring out this knowledge out to this. Don Miguel Riaz as a Nagual, he's from that community. He's guided to share this powerful teachings with us. That is the introduction for this. Like how we also say, like, in even if we see in Baba Satcharita, everybody has a journey, everybody has a purpose. So some are given, like, he says, some are told to build a lake, some are told to build temples, some are told to do this work, like that. I feel this Don Miguel Riaz has this given this knowledge for spreading to us. Like, all of us take a role to play. Like this, he has come to spread the spiritual knowledge. It is like, it is nothing different from ours. It is the same truth. All the sacred religions follow. That is a knowledge with all the sacred. We are that supreme Brahman in ourselves, we call. So he is calling we are the supreme God in us. Okay. It honors all the spiritual masters. It does not say mine is correct, mine is wrong, you follow me, you don't follow me, nothing like that. All spiritual masters who have taught us on the earth, and it describes the way of life. That is what in Gita also we say. Gita says, teaches us the way of life, how to live. That is what Krishna teaches. That is what the every master teaches. This is the basic introduction for Toltec. Toltec is a group of people, masters. Okay, they are from southern Mexico. They formed this group to keep to keep this knowledge and then work. And then it remained as a secret for a long years. After that, they thought it is necessary to share this wisdom to the humans. That's how this teachings came into a process. It arises from all the same sacred truth, all the traditions which we follow, and it honors all the masters who taught us on the earth. It is like describes a way of life. This is the meaning of Toltec. That is how the book starts. After this, the second one, which is I loved reading it also, The Smoky Mirror. the second chapter, it says. Yeah, it shows like a person getting enlightened, a person whom we called as an enlightened master. It shows the way how he gets enlightened. Like, a long time, 3,000 years ago, they say there was a human like us living in a city surrounded by mountains. So like studying medicine, his heart, he felt something is missing. I always, like Jonathan also felt something is missing in life. Same way, this person also felt something is missing in my life. I must there's something more to this. So after that, he goes one day, and then he does his sadhana in a cave. He sits in a cave, and then he dreamed that, and he saw his own body lying down. He's come out of the body, and then he can see him lying down, and he can see it is a new moon day, and he can see the stars, he can see the light. And then something happened inside him which transformed him. This is what the self-realization the masters go through. So that is he could see the millions of stars. He heard his own voice saying, I am made of light, I am the star. Like that, he heard his own voices telling at him. Looking at the stars, then he realizes, looking at the stars, it is not the stars which are giving light, it is that something behind it, it is giving light, and the stars are illuminated because of that. That is how all our side spiritual masters also go through this. If you see Ramana Maharishi, he also will lie down, come out of his body, like, in his room, small room on the top, wanted to see what is more, what is it, somebody passes away in his family. So what is this afterlife, death? What happens to the body? What am I? Who am I? Like that, his spiritual quest started. Like that, most of the masters come out of the body to visualize or realize this spreading of light. We call it as a Brahman, supreme creator, whatever. He calls it as a light. They call it as a light. Like that, this person realized that something is changing in him. Then he realizes that he's one of the stars. He's in the whole universe spread. He realizes it is something happens to him. Everything is light. The space in between is empty. It is just light, everything, and stars are on the space in between is empty, and I am made of that. Everything that exists is one living being. That is what we say in our Advaita philosophy also. Everything is one. There is only one Supreme Brahman. We are all a part of him. Same way he feels everything is oneness in that moment of that night when he comes out of his body, when he realizes everything that exists is one living being. He feels that, he realizes that it is a message. He visualizes, not that he feels it inside him, and when he sees it, he wants to share it. Next is, every master comes out after realization, they want to share this what they have seen, and he has no words to explain. Same way with our masters also, they have no words to explain what they see. It's for all of us, each one of us, the journey is different to realize that. So then he says, light, that supreme light, what we call as Brahman, that is a creation or a creator, whatever we call it, is absolute force. It is a supreme, the creator, or the one who creates everything. Everything in existence is a manifestation, and of the living being we call as God, and everything is God. All of us are a part of that. He realizes that in that moment, in that night, in that cave, when he is out of his body, when he comes out of his body, when he travels, when he sees this, that's when he becomes a realized master. I don't think his name is not given in the book. They say it is just a human being, human person, like that they say. He saw all this, and then he felt that matter, we are like mirror. Everything is a mirror that reflects right, and there is an illusion created. That is what we call in our Sanatana Dharma as Maya. That is what he says as everything is reflection of the light. It's a dream world which is created, and what we call as ignorance is, he calls it as a smoke or a fog, which is between the mirror, covering the mirror. So we are not able to see our true nature. We are that supreme being. We are not able to see because there is a fog or a smoke which is covered the mirror. Once we clear that, then we have a clear view how they all masters see the oneness, the one Brahman, and everything like that. We can also see the same way. So the real us means the real soul inside us is the pure love, pure light, There is nothing, there is no anger attached to it. There is no hatred attached to it. There is no jealousy attached to it. It is something pure. We are all that pure being. What we have, all this, it is just the Maya. It is our, how we reflect to the society, how we do with our vasanas, what is that, because of our karma, what we go through. So he says the real us is pure love and it is pure light. There is nothing diminishing in that. This realization changes his life. This person who realized this in the living around in a small city near the mountains, when he realized this, it changes his life. And then he knew, and then when he comes after it, he knew he was not the same like before. He can feel that other humans, rest of the nature, everybody, when he saw himself in everybody and in everything. Everybody looks like, it is me as Meena in Padma, Vinita, in Sunita ji, and Archana ji, everybody, it is me spread over everywhere. That is what he saw. Not even in people, in animals and trees and water and rain and everything, he could see himself. Then he understood, this is how the creation is, this is what life is, and it is how the manifestation of life works. He could see himself spread in all beings, not even humans, from trees to everything. He saw himself. He called as stars as tonal and the light in between stars as negwal. So he says this is a combination, the manifestation, the creation happens. A few moments it took for him to comprehend everything, to understand everything. It is not easy. It's a big jump of realization. So we are not used to it. So until you train, then he takes a few moments to comprehend this. Okay, he's seeing everywhere himself. He's seeing himself in everything, and all these things are happening. So he's very excited, and his heart is filled with peace. This is the Sachidananda state our realized masters reach. After this, there is no coming back. That's what our Sanatana Dharma also says. Once we realize this, we are that creator, we are that supreme being, we are that powerful, we are that pure, we are that love in us, and then there is eternal peace. There is not a temporary peace for some days. Okay, I get peace, I am having something good today, somebody said good today to me, somebody said bad things to me, then I am upset. Not like that. This is a true peace, or this is a true happiness we are all looking for. This is what we are all working for. This is what our goal of our life is. So that peace, once he felt it, once he understood that, and then he wanted to share with everybody. That's what all the masters see. What he could see, others could not see. When the realized master saw, he saw him in everything. But as the other people, they know there is something changed, there is something beautiful, something is radiant in her eyes, but they were not able to feel what the master is feeling, what the master is seeing. Same way when Buddha comes out of his enlightenment, also when Buddha just walks after his enlightenment comes down, there is a shepherd boy, I believe. He saw something different. Then he saw Buddha. Then first question was, are you a human being? Then Buddha said, no. Are you an angel or a devata? No. And then he says, I am the awakened. I am awakened from my dream. I am the awakened. I'm Buddha says to that small shepherd boy, I am the awakened one. I'm not a human. I'm not God. I'm the awakened. I've realized what it is. What is it we are all. So same way everybody else could see the change in him. Something beautiful was radiant from him. He was glowing. Something changed in his voice. He no longer had judgment on anybody or on anything. He could understand everybody very well. That's what the masters see others as. We realize that state. We don't see us as like that. So they believed he was an incarnation of God. People believed him to be an incarnation of God. It is true. He said, I am God, but you're also all God. That's what even Ramakrishna Paramahamsa says. I can see Kali. You can also see Kali. The same way I see you, I can see her. You can also see. That is where the difference lies, is between the amount of trust, sadhana, or pray or believe, whatever it is. That's how he told Vivekananda to become like Vivekananda, who he is. We are all the same. We are all images of light. We are all God. This is what he tells everybody. And he is a realized being. So same way, like how our master saw everything inside us, as we are all God. It is not only they are only supreme God, we are all God. and he realized everyone living in the dream without awareness. Then he realized they're all in a dream world without awareness, without not knowing whom we really are. That's what the realized masters always tell. You are the supreme Brahman, but we don't realize it. Until we reach that state, we don't realize it. So he said, they couldn't see him as he is because there was a wall of smoke or a fog in between. That is why they were not able to see him like this. He wanted to remember this vision. He wanted to remember the night, what happened to him, how he traveled out and how he saw himself. So he called himself a smoky mirror. So he called himself a smoky mirror, knowing that mirror is that, we are all that pure form. To matter is mirror, and smoke in between keeps us from knowing the truth. So he called himself as a smoky mirror. That is the second chapter for this book. The first chapter tells about the Toltec, the knowledgeable people, how they want to spread this knowledge. In the second chapter, it speaks about this master who gets realization and how he sees himself and everybody, and how everybody else see him, and how he starts wanting to show this, preach this knowledge, and how he names himself as a smoky mirror. That is what the second one about. And the third one is a very interesting topic again. It says domestication of human. I was really surprised. We feel we bring a pet home and then we domesticate it, maybe a small cat or maybe a small puppy or something, and then we give him food and then we tell him to train everything. And in this chapter, the author says we are all humans are also domesticated like that. When we are born, this is good, this is bad, you behave this, you are a good boy, you behave like that, you are a bad boy, you get rewarded when you do good, you get punished when you do bad, like that. We don't have a choice. Before giving us before knowing, we didn't have a choice. We were just given us these things, as like how we domesticate a pet. This is your parents tell, don't do this, do this, this is a right way of living, that's a wrong way of living. This is the right path to take, that is not the right path. If you do good, you will get this. If you do bad, this will happen to you, like that. This is what is the third chapter about. Yeah. So in this, he says even language, we didn't choose to speak in English, we didn't choose to our communication, we didn't choose so many things. It was just given to us by faith. So language is a code for communication between human beings, but every letter, every word in each language is an agreement. This is the first time the word agreement comes in the book. Actually, the book is called the Four Agreements. So agreement means what I understood only after reading this. Every letter, every language, in every word in every language is an agreement. This is a page in the book. The word page is an agreement that we understand. This is a page in the book, like that. Okay. So once we understand, our attention is hooked to the energy transformed from one person to the another. The only way to store is our information is by agreement. We agree. We didn't have an opportunity to choose. We were just given things to believe, and then we agree. Once we agree, we take, okay, this is my father, this is my mother, this is my family, this is the way I live, this is my schoolmate, this is my teacher, this is how way I sit and study, this is how way I come back. And all these are thrust on us, make us to believe. So in that way, that is the agreement we make. I thought agreement means it is in a stamp paper, we agree and then they sign and then there's a seal of the authority. I thought that is only agreement. Until then that's what agreement meant for me. So we agree. So socially we agree in so many things. It's okay. Like in case Padma says some things, I agree with you, I disagree with you. So more than that, I never explored on the word agreement or something. If it has to be authorized or told by a supreme person to follow this. So that is what agreement meant for me. So in this, he says every word is an agreement, everything is an agreement. What in life it is. We never choose even the smallest of the agreements. We agree the information passed on to us. Okay, information was passed on to us by our elders, from our families, or from outside friends, from the school circle, or from whomever we meet, however. So that is how we got the information and we agree to it. Okay, like, somebody says, I am good, I feel good that day. Somebody says, oh, what is this yucky dress? You feel as if even though we are wearing a dress we like, we feel it's not right for me. It is not good on me. Like that, we know unknowingly go through this agreement with, all the right and the wrong things in life. We agree to as soon as we agree, we believe it is called faith. When we agree, we believe it. Okay, I might look fresh today. Oh, sometimes we feel it's natural, no? The way we speak, oh, you look so thin now. After I saw somebody, I said, oh, you're put on weight. That day, somebody came home and then my daughter shouted, how can you be so rude, Amma? You cannot say that on the face. Like, what was natural as a speak, as a talk, when I say, then only realize, yeah, it is correct, no? Like how much one word, if somebody tells me I put on, before sitting on the scale also, I think I am heavy. I think I put on weight. Maybe if somebody says I am slim, maybe I'll be happy. Oh, okay, without checking, okay, somebody look, I'm looking slim, I'll be happy like that. So when I went for a class, PTM or something, I saw a child and then I said, hey, you put on so much of weight from last time. So that's how we get information passed on to us from others. Then she said, it's so rude, you should not comment like that. Ah, yes, correct, no? So that is when every word, every language, every word we use is an agreement. Everything is a agreement. I understood. And faith is to believe unconditionally. Once we have the faith, we don't condition it. We go blind with the faith. We didn't choose the belief, then we rebel. If we don't choose to believe, then we rebel. So this is how we humans are being domesticated in our lifetime. This is how we humans have, with, no, without our creativity, all our original views, or all our original ideas, what we want to be, what we want, sometimes it gets changed, it gets modified by others opinions, it gets we get influenced by others sayings, or we get impulsively we go with the thing, we go with the faith. Okay, maybe it is like that, maybe I'm not careful, maybe I'm not good enough, maybe I can't do this, maybe I am like this, or maybe I need to improve here some more. We get into a lot of things thinking, listening from others. So this part of the book taught me personally how we say things, how we speak is so very important. For us to pursue, to live life every day, what we commonly speak so easily, we have to think so much and work on it. After this, I really understood that point. There's no use gossiping is fully to be avoided, because it just gives you unwanted amount of energy. It is negative energy. We have to stop gossiping, and anything we say, we have to think so much before saying. Not only because of fat, or it brings goodness into people. It gives you anything we say, they say even a beating a child doesn't matter. The words you say, it hurts the child more. When they're small also, they say, you give a slap also, they will cry, they'll forget the pain afterwards. But one word, a slip of the mouth, you say something that stays in our head also when we are child. Or even for our children, they say like that. Same way, if you say how encouragingly, how effectively we can communicate, is what we have going to learn from this. The first agreement. First agreement in this book comes with as the impeccable speech. That is the one of the 4 agreements are their main 4 agreements. The 5th one will come last. The first one is with the speech. How we have to speak impeccably without sin. I thought talking is normal. We are all speaking. Where am I sinning here? I am not doing any sin here. No, I was thinking like that. What is the sin? If I say something wrong, okay, why have you kept your room? Even that is considered as not correct. That is also a sin. I have I have no need to poke my nose on others' issues. I can just improve. The way to speak is what it is so important. So that is the first agreement. It is going to come as impeccable speech. Even for us, we always remember somebody said kind words to us. It always encourages us. It brings back smiles. It gives us a happiness. It gives us a long, a lot of joy. But somebody one time it hurts, or somebody puts us down, then it just brings all, it pulls you down. It pulls you down to negativity, everything. So the same way, our Gurudev also in one of the videos, he says, I cannot be your sorrow. I cannot be Padma's sorrow. I cannot say something to make Padma sorrow. I can not make Padma happy, it's okay, but I cannot be a root cause of her sorrow. That much I should be careful in what I say. I don't, if I'm not able to spread happiness, if I'm not able to give joy, it's better to keep maunam. I cannot give pain or sorrow to others. That much about the speech. It's more about impeccable speech. It will come. It is just as a beginning, just as a small introduction I will tell today. Even sometimes our children write small notes when they are small. We see they mean it, they don't mean it. The words bring joy to us. The words immediately, Amma, you're the best mother, or something. They will not agree later on in their life, but then when they are small in KG1, KG2, they write, oh, you're the best mom I had, and all it. When you go through all the papers, it gives so much of happiness. And one of my our Balavihar child, a senior child, she went long before she left, 10 years before she left. Now is last week I found a card made by her. Auntie, you're the best teacher in the class I could connect to. I felt, wow, so happy. Maybe she will, if I ask, they will, they're all in a different, after college, they're all working with children. But it brought back nice memories of that group to me, that class to me. Oh yeah, it was very lovely class. That batch was very nice, like that. Everything, if we can make it lovable, everything we can shower our love to others, we will also get it back in the same way. We also can feel so happy. But most of the times, out of fear, lot of negativity thoughts come to us. Lot of we never say you can do this better, or we never appreciate before saying something wrong. Immediately, sometimes in the course of action, it comes why are you not doing like this? Why can't this be better? Why can't that do better? That can be kept better. Why can't you plan it better way? You are you're old enough to do this. All those things are also not in a right way of communication. That is what it comes to. When you see impeccably, you have to speak without making others hurt, without making anyone upset, without bringing joy to others, and bring joy to us also. The way of speech is so very important. Those days when we were small children, they never said us impeccable speech and all those things, but they always say, don't say anything unauspicious. They will say, Tadastu, oh, devatas are all around you. If you say anything unauspicious, that will get blessed. That will happen to you. That is how I heard, don't say anything unauspicious. They used to correct us even when we are doing anything wrong. So they never said you have to say it, but they said, if you say anything wrong, Tadastu devata will bless you. So that will happen to you. That will happen to you. It will come to you true. So don't say it. So that way also, small things from here and there, references, not to say anything inauspicious. Even if it is, sometimes it is a human nature. Something happens. The children are not back home right time. We get scared. Oh, something wrong has happened. Immediately. It never, okay, bus might be late. It never, that thought will not come. Oh, maybe everything is all right. Hope everything is all right. So hope something is not wrong with her. Like that only our inner voice comes. Oh, there is so much of traffic. Oh, hope my husband comes home in time. Hope he reaches in time. Like that. Every time our human nature goes to the negativity first. So we have to train the mind, like how we have to we are domesticated. We have to domesticate our mind also, train our mind, tune our mind to be the better self of ourselves, to be the better person of ourselves, to live life more comfortably and smoothly. Like this, if we practice day to day, little by little, it is very difficult. As I am telling you all, my dear masters friends, it is not very easy. It's always a learning process. It is not that I have read this book, I have understood this, tomorrow onwards I am speaking impeccable with my words. It never happens. Actually, it never happens like that. It is a learning process. Every day I have stepped one step. Have I reduced at least? Have I reduced a little bit of gossip? Have I reduced a little bit of negative talk? Have I improved in my positivity? Anywhere when I go down, again I come correct myself. Oh, today, why did I tell this to Janani? No, I can't do this. I should do like, okay, why did I correct my maid like that? That is not right. I could have told her in a better way. So it's a continuous process of learning, and which we can practice in our day-to-day life, slowly, as we keep reading these things, or as we keep listening. This is the third time I think I'm listening to this talk. One time Karnaji, Sunita Garu took, and then one time Karnaji took, like that. So it's like the more and more the information comes back and back to us, the more and more firm our path is towards, we walk on the path much more easily, much more happily, much more enthusiastically. It's okay, we will come down and slip down a little bit, and again it's okay, we will climb up 10 steps, like that. The more and more we keep reading, the more and more we keep listening, the more and more we practice it every day, it comes into practice, and then we reach that impeccable state of talk. Impeccable way of speech, impeccable way of speech is very, very important. Even as they say, goddesses Saraswati is our, is not tongue, is seated there. So see, these are the things from the small. As a child, we have grown up listening. The Saraswati is there in your tongue. Don't say anything bad. Don't wish anything bad for others. Don't use curse words. It is not good to use bad words. This is not allowed. This is not okay. Like that. And then when I'm reading this book, everything comes back. Yeah, what we say, as we thought it is normal to speak like that, it is normal to communicate this way. The whole communication skill has to be changed. That is what I understood in the first chapter. Whole communication chapter, we have to change it. It is not okay to say, oh, you look fat, or you look good, or you look ugly. It is not. It is nothing like that we can do in our life. We have to be always think before we say a word. As they say also, anything spills, we can collect it immediately. A word is given, it's very difficult to take it back. It stays in the other person's mind forever and ever, and hope we make it as a good experience, or or a beautiful journey for everyone to remember nice things about us. And the same way we remember nice things about everybody. That way, if we practice slowly, every day by day, little by little, one small step at a time, and then we reach the first agreement, the impeccable way of speech. Yeah, that is how the book goes into. There are three more agreements, main agreements. It is 4 agreements the book is called. The 3 more are there. The first one is impeccable way of speech. Like this is what in this first chapter, about the introduction, about the enlightened master's journey, and how the language, how we understand agreement, the word agreement, why do we agree on certain things, how the belief is thrust on us from everywhere, belief, like you're careless, or you're good, you're not good. All those things are just beliefs. We have to break all that agreements which was formed from our childhood, and learn these 4 agreements. It is a beautiful way to live our life. Like how in Gita he says, do karma yoga, do jnana yoga. It is you choose this way, you choose that way, or you do bhakti yoga, you can reach. So that is a way of life, he says. In these 4 things, he says, mandatory to reach to a supreme knowledge of, like how the enlightened master felt. He saw himself in everybody, and everywhere he was present, that he is, I am God, and you're also God, you're all pure soul, you're pure light inside. That state, to reach that, these are a few steps to follow. That is what it goes on explaining, how we are accustomed to, how we are brought up with our background, how our families tell us certain things, how it imbibes in us. Without our knowledge, we believe in certain rituals. Okay, you have to do this, you have to do that, this is the way we have to live, that is the way you're not allowed to live, and all those things. And then when we come to this knowledge, we have to understand what we say, what we speak, that is got energy. It goes to the other person and if we can increase the other person's energy and happiness, not like giving sadness or sorrowness to the other person's energy and bringing them down. So that is the main teaching in this lesson till the first chapter. Second chapter we will take next class. Yeah. Anything if you all want to ask, any question answers, any doubts, then we will go for our meditation session.
Actually, there were a few points which I had made. Can I add on a little bit
Please,
what you have done? You
please.
really took it so well because everything was covered. Just some key points which I had
Please do add on.
so one thing I remember is always we have to have integrity with our speech. Our speech and our action should always be in alignment with each other. For example, when I saw Karuna ji, when she would say that I'll come at 10 o'clock, I've never ever had in her life, in my life, her coming 1 minute late. She would always be on time. So that means aligning your word with your action. Sometimes we tell our children like, don't talk bad about others, but we are only telling them with our words. But we are not having that integrity. We are not talking bad about others. Are we doing that same thing? So we have to align our action with our speech. So that speaking with integrity is very important. Um, the second point is being truthful and honest whenever we speak. Sometimes we exaggerate, even for a child. Like for example, I used to exaggerate some things little bit when my children were small, so to make it little more bigger than what it seems to be. Lies, misinformation. I've seen people when they are unwell, even my own very close people, they tell it so many times repetitively. I wish you will not have this issue. Go and check it. It's not necessary. One person's problem is a universal problem. So it becomes exaggeration unknowingly. So once I have suppose a mild issue of any health issue, like for example, one of my close friend has a health issue. After that 2 weeks when I speak to her, I always hear her telling that you better get it checked and all that. But it is constantly the same issue which is coming every day. For her it's normal, but it is, you might feel you're warning your friend for future harm or whatever, but it becomes too much of exaggeration because it's a reality of your life. It is not a reality for everybody else, right? So truthfulness and honesty, unknowingly we pass on that information, you know mindful communication. So you make sure, and why I was telling this exaggeration part is because exactly 3 weeks after she was detected with a stomach issue, her own sister-in-law was detected with the stomach issue exactly 3 weeks. So how words impact unknowingly. We are constantly re-emphasizing, I'm going through this, I'm going through this, and telling you go check, you go check, you go check, and you see the same pattern around people around you. Sometimes that is also possible. Mindful communication. So first one is speak with integrity. Action should be aligned with your speech. Second one, be truthful and honest. Don't spread misinformation or even exaggerate something too much, or lies also too much. Mindful communication, third part. um, be aware of the impact your words have, like Meena ji already told, like positive words and negative words, how she was telling about, just a simple thing like you're put on weight, she told, and she realized immediately, she realized. So that correction is very very important. That mindful communication is the third part. Avoiding harmful language. Harmful language is not only using bad words or anything, even gossiping is harmful language. Talking about one person to another is a harmful language, where it can damage the relationship or cause emotional harm. For example, especially when I go back to India, I see if a joint family is there, the daughter-in-law will always tell about the mother-in-law, and we form that impression about them. They might be good people to us, but an impression is formed that that she's like this, she's like this, she's like this. She might not be the same. So we harm the relationship between two people unknowingly. We might complain about our issue with someone, but they form one impression about that particular person based on what we are speaking. So this is harmful language. You're harming a relationship between two individuals. It can never be the same for everyone, right? Then using good for words for good. So integrity first, second truthfulness and honesty, mindful communication, fourth one is avoiding harmful language, and the fifth one is using words for good. So whenever we use words, it should always be to uplift, connect, and create harmony. It should never be for anything. It should uplift the other person, it should connect with the other person, and it should create harmony. This is also for myself. Sometimes when I scold children, I always feel like, why am I doing this? But there is no upliftment when we scold kids. Even if it is for studies, upliftment can happen. You tried so well, and you can get better from here. So using words for good, which can actually, even I've seen one of my daughter connects with one person, and she's so good. She's so good. Like even a clerk or a maid or anyone who is around her, they all talk so good about her. Not a single person talks bad about her, because when she talks only sense. She only makes sure she makes the other person feel good. I spoke to her once. She's like, I love people. I love people. That's all she said. The moment she said, I love people, means she loves everyone equally. It is not a student, a teacher, a clerk, a maid, nothing. Everyone is equal for her. That unconditional love. And then you uplift the other person, and you connect constantly, and you create harmony around you. Uh, and then honoring commitment. Honoring commitment is keep your word and follow through on your promises. This is a thing which I also have to learn, because sometimes I tell I'll be sharp on 10 o'clock, I might go 10:05. That is not honoring commitment. So we always should honor a commitment. Whatever commitment we have, we should stick on to that commitment. um, and then take responsibility. Like, always be responsible for whatever words and actions you have done. So okay, I have done some mistake. For example, sometimes when I have to really scold a child also, for their well-being too, but I always take responsibility. It is for this purpose. And at soul level, we have learned that at soul level, we have to ask for forgiveness. But don't repeat the same mistake again and again and again. It is not great. Um, so, honoring commitment is very important. Taking responsibility, whatever, even if you have done harm, then take responsibility. Oh, I only spoke this. Don't retract from that. No, no, I didn't say this. I don't know where it came from. So, take responsibility for whatever action or for whatever speech also. See, so speech is not only by words, right? It is also by action. True, we speak also through our actions, so that also we have to make sure it is positive, creative or positive impact. So whenever we are being impeccable with our speech, automatically we create positive impact. So to be impeccable with speech, I'll tell you some 5 points. First is speak with integrity. Second is be truthful and honest. Third thing, mindful communication. You always have mindful communication. Avoiding harmful language. Then honoring your commitments and taking responsibility, of course. But these are the five core things I felt was very, very, very important. And make sure the day we leave, one thing is there. The moment we leave, people should remember, oh, the moment I spoke to her, I felt so good. She used to make me feel so good. So every day, if we live like today is the last day, we might do that better. I feel like every day, if today is my last day, how would I treat everybody else? That's what is the best way I feel is to treat others.
Those
So
nice 6 points, Sunitaji. Very nice. Very nicely categorized the babies. There is one more
speak.
example in that book also. I forgot to tell actually. A mother and a child. A mother loves her daughter very much and very dear. child to her. She is very lovable mother and the child story. The mother one day had a very bad day at work, I believe. So she was very tired. She was irritated. She was angry. She was like, she wanted some peace. She was sometimes it happens, outside world is not very kind to us. So she came home very tired that day, and she just wanted to relax, and the daughter was full of excitement that day, and she was a very happy child, and she was singing, jumping, and she was running around every time, and she was lovely singing and all those things. Just because of her hard day at work, the mother says, stop this noise, why are you yelling like this? You're sounding so unmelody, like that. She scolds the child. The mother loves the child immensely. It is not because of anything the child did, just because the day it related to her tiredness of her day work and everything. When she comes back home, she was not able to appreciate her daughter singing. She just wanted some peace. So she said, shut up and go away. I don't want to hear this anymore. And I believe the child, it registered, the child got registered that maybe I am not good at singing. I don't want to sing. And she became introvert, and she wouldn't speak out in the stages. She will not sing. Like there's so many times it has happened to me also. Sometimes when I'm tired, when I come back, I just don't want to be disturbed. So I might have said so many things to my daughter or anybody around, to the maid. Then we become normal. Next day it will be a normal, after we are we recoup. But the harm that done to the child, she got oh, maybe I'm not, my mother didn't appreciate, I'm not good at singing, I don't want to sing, I don't want to participate, like that. She took a step back, the example given in a book, then I realized how much we say and do things which we don't mean at all. Sometimes we don't mean to hurt our daughter. She's the most precious thing in the world for us. She's everything we, but then unknowingly in our frustration, unknowingly in whatever other things happen around us, we take it on the child, and it affects the child. Not only the child, maybe next time it might be somebody, some other soul, anybody else. If I come across, I will take it. So that much harm we are doing. So that much we have to have a lock on our mouth and think before it opens. What am I saying? Am I saying right things? Am I doing the all, following all? Am I not exaggerating? Correctly Sunita ji said, it is, am I not they see us and learn. Children, am I telling them not to tell lies, and then if I speak lies, that is not going to help them at all. Same way, every point is a wonderful point to learn across. Yeah, I suddenly remembered this, which I read in the last page. Then I just thought, let me share it.
Yeah. And also Hitler can only with words, he literally causes world war
so
with
of
just
world
words.
war. Just words. As you say, one more song is this. This is just only words I have to take your heart away. No, I have listened to the songs. I don't know where. It's just words. It's just words I have to take your heart away. It says everything can be it's only words. Our mind is so fertile soil. Anything you can put, it comes up. Hitler used it to World War II. But when you see our leaders or our masters used to bring out the dharmic way, everybody preached good. So it can be this way, it can be that way. Words are so powerful. So we will from today onwards be very careful in using it, and in a nice way we will use it. Yeah.
Like even I have faced that, like from childhood, people telling when we are small, no, just people telling your mom is so pretty and you're so dark. Just that one word. For them, it was casual, right? It is very casual when they tell it, but it shows it, and it takes so many years to remove that, to come out of it. It might look very, for any normal person, it will feel, what is there? They just told casually. Why did you take seriously? No, but it does plant, and like then you realize like how you speak to your children matters a lot, like over there. So
much was what was a casual talk, what was a normal talk is not correct. That is what this
for
book
them it's
made
casual, but
us understand.
for us
We
it
take
is
it
not
correct. Yeah,
we imbibe it. So
yeah,
it sometimes takes years to heal. So and
correct.
it's good. Like we learn from that, like how not to talk to people.
Correct.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Meena ji. Thank you so much for taking the class.
No, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to because of you, this book was introduced because of you, Sunita ji. You sent me first the PDF. I still remember the 4 agreements PDF. So it was an opportunity to share with everybody. Any questions, anything?